I know. We are late because our GM was in another high executive meeting trying to make executive decisions. Tyler! Fam, we appreciate you waiting. Sorry about that. And we shall try to improve the situation in the future. Tyler, you are the GM today. You're the man in charge. You, of course, realize you'll run down through your draft and you're going to be scrutinized and questions are going to be flying at you right and left. By the way, I'm not sure. Are we gonna have phone-ins today to get Tyler? We may provide that as well. But the chat, make sure it's Q. #Q, followed by a question, and then we'll get it to our GM of the day, Mr. T. That fits a minute, Mr. T. Tyler! Hey, Tyler, how you feeling today, man? Everything okay? Because Tyler was actually, he's been working hard here. Tyler, everything okay with you today? Yeah. Tyler, you in the 25th. Don't be asleep that night, Tyler, because if you are the man at the venue, you're going to be the guy that's have to. When we're on the clock, you got to get ready.
I done told my teachers already. I am a nervous wreck on draft day. If I'm shaking and pacing back and forth the whole day, excuse me, So.
All right, Tyler. Let's go ahead and get you started right now. Then
we really can't lose in the draft.
No, I know.
For the first round.
We you know what? It's the level we win at. When you got your number two, because it depends on what happens. It depends on a lot of things. But you got all that in mind right now, Tyler. When you're ready, you may proceed.
The only way we lose on draft night is if we do anything that Big Show wants us to do. That's the only way we lose.
Amen to that. Boy, I tell you what, that's the gospel truth. Yeah. Hey, one thing about Big Show, if he can't be used for anything but a bad example, he's still got usefulness.
The only way we lose is if we pick Rashawn Gary at number 2. That's never going to happen.
No way. He's not even in the mix.
Mock drafts on that. That's not happening. He is nowhere close to the best player available. Whatever.
Nah, that's Jeremy. And what's his name? Jeremy, the guy from NFL Network. He's the only guy that I have actually witnessed giving us Rashawn Gary. So I'm not worried about that anymore.
If that's Shanahan and Lynch's idea of the best player available, we're not going to start doing this question.
I think Daniel Jeremiah's even given that up since then. But anyway, Tyler, let's get started because we're going to run out of time here soon.
All right. I wrestled with this myself. I went back and forth all week. And up until Wednesday, because I sent it to you on Wednesday. I was watching tons of film and things like that. I'm like, you know what? Best player available, maybe not. Guarantee of being a great NFL player.
Tyler, you know what? Do you have your headphones or anything by any chance?
Yeah, I can. I have earbuds.
Oh, please get those in because your sound quality. We're getting complaints.
Okay. So can you still hear me though?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if the complaints stop. All right. Go ahead, Tyler.
All right. Let me make sure you can hear me with these earbuds though.
All right. Good. Because that's very important. All right.
Is that better?
So much better. Let's go. All
right. So, like I said, I was wrestling with this all up until I sent you my mock draft, and he may or may not be the best player available, but he's the best fit for our scheme. Now, think about it. Would you rather have? Okay, I'm just going to tell you the pick. With the second pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Nick Bosa, defensive end, Ohio State.
Yeah. Now, I'm supposed to. Okay. I'm sorry.
Now, before people attack me and say, "Oh, he may or may not be the best player available," look, I love Josh Allen. I really do. Him and Quentin Williams, I love those guys. But Nick Bosa fits the 4-3 system, and now if somebody was telling me he may not fit our system because our system apparently needs one pure edge rusher or something, and then the other one might have to drop into cover. I don't know. Somebody told me that, which is kind of weird.
It's been said.
If the other one has to drop into covers, then that'd be Josh Allen. But I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I think we bring a 4-man rush. So think about it. Would you rather have two defensive ends like raising hell on the edges, and then you got one defensive tackle who's really good at least? But I also think Kentavious Street could play next to Buckner. I think he's gonna be really good. And so I think we don't really need to fill that. But so would you rather have two defensive tackles bringing it up the middle, or one edge rusher on each side, and then you got a defensive tackle up the middle? That brings an equal amount of pressure on each side, and the pocket can just collapse on the quarterback. So, I mean, the pocket could also collapse if you bring two defensive tackles that are really, really good. But I'm sticking with Bosa. Fits the 4-3. His brother is like, you don't want to say, oh, he's going to be successful because his brother's going to be successful, because that's not necessarily realistic. But, you know, it shows his brother had success in the 4-3 scheme, so it very much could work for Nick Bosa, especially considering so many people saying that he's better than Joey, and Joey's made the Pro Bowl multiple times. Just hope Nick can stay healthy in the NFL. And I also read sources that the 49ers will pick Bosa if he is available. So, I mean, I feel like that'd be the best thing for our team. But if we pick the other ones, am I going to be mad? Absolutely not. I'll be happy. We didn't screw it up. So
it's kind of hard to screw it up. But as I said, it's the level of quality we're talking about. All of them are high quality, but what's the highest quality? And for this team, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tyler, continue.
All right, round 2. The 49ers select Paris Campbell, wide receiver, Ohio State. So not only do you get Nick Bosa, you bring in one of his teammates. So that's a little bit more chemistry right there, as well as the fact that Paris Campbell can fill our slot receiver position. He's really, really fast. He's a Kyle style type of guy. He can run routes. He's physical but athletic. He's a Kyle style guy. Bringing in a teammate of Bosa's, he's really good on film. You watch him closely. People like to say, "Oh, well, since this guy has these numbers, so that represents how good he is." That's not true. Numbers are a horrible way of judging a player. Numbers can be inflated, but what you see on film tells you the truth about a player. So, people need to watch more film these days. So, I like Paris Campbell.
Hey, Tyler, you believe that he can come in? You already got 2 guys in there now, potentially 3, because you also know Dante Pettis runs a full route tree as well. What about Richie and Trent? You think he's going to push him out, or you think he's going to be playing behind him?
I honestly feel like I think Pettis is going to be either X or Z. I don't know which one. So he's going to be out wide. You can move these guys around based on formation, so it's not like he's just going to be a pure slot, because that's not realistic. Yeah. Shanahan moves guys around, so he's not going to stay in the slot the whole season. But I think he'll start at the slot. I think he can beat Trent Taylor out. Now, if Trent Taylor comes up, because Paris Campbell is much faster than Trent Taylor. I know this is not a good judgment of, hey, he'll take him out, but he's got better speed. He seems to be a better route runner. But we'll see. You know, he could not beat him out, but if we're spending a second-round pick, he better be something special. So, you know. All right. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, please.
All right, 3rd round. Dalton Risner, offensive tackle, Kansas State. Now, think about it. Like, every single position on my draft, they were brought in to potentially beat out one of the guys or replace somebody. So, round 3, my offensive tackle I picked, Joe Staley is going to be retiring soon. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we need somebody to groom for Joe to teach. And there was also this one of the top tackle recruits was working out with Joe Staley apparently, but I don't.
It's Risner.
Is it? It was Risner.
It was Risner.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he was working out with Joe Staley. So that could mean that they're looking at him, which it definitely should be, because Joe's gonna be retiring, and maybe I don't want to say probably within the next 3 years, either this year after this season or the next season or the year after that. I don't know when, but I think he said if we don't make the playoffs, he's done. But I don't know. But
I just realized it might be Jonah.
Yeah.
It might be Jonah working out with. Okay, it's one or the other. Yeah, it might be the guy from Alabama. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it was Jonah. I'm not sure because I looked at this. He wasn't one of them that were working out with him. I don't think. But all right, 4th round, Deontay Thompson, safety, Alabama. So first of all, he's a really good safety. You watch him. Whoops. All right, he's a really good safety when you watch him, and Belichick does this all the time. He picks players from Alabama because he knows they're going to be well coached. He knows they're disciplined. So we pick him out of Alabama. I think that's going to be a great pick because we're usually pretty good at grooming safeties with this system, with this crop of coaches. I think he's a free safety. He can be interchangeable. So a free safety was a position that we were talking about addressing all offseason. Everybody was talking about getting Earl Thomas or getting Trey Boston or somebody like that. So he's somebody you can bring in that can compete for the free safety job. Now, if he doesn't pan out, then we're going to have to – if he does pan out even, we're going to have to cut one of those guys. We have to cut or trade or whatever, one of those young guys. So I don't know necessarily that they'd be looking to draft a safety, but I would hope that they – oh, my gosh. I'll just hold this. Okay. I would just hope that they would draft a safety because you can't be risking or free safety just blowing plays. Now, I don't know what those miscommunications were. I don't know if the corner was right on it or if the safety was right on it. Well, if it was, no matter what, that is on Robert Saleh right there. That one thing especially, if anything's on him, it's him. It's that one thing. The corner and the safety should know when the safety is coming over to help. So if that happens that many times where the corner doesn't know when he's coming or the safety doesn't go when the corner's expecting it, Robert Saleh should have sat him down and had a long conversation about that so that they understand by now.
Or sit down with a coach or somebody. That's a good point. Hapley's out. He went back to college, so there won't be any pointing and looking around and wondering who's doing what this year. If there is, then there is a real serious problem. But go ahead.
So I think that'd be a good pick because, you pick players out of Alabama, they're well coached. You shouldn't have any problems with them. Like Reuben Foster's the one in a million where we had problems.
But he was still a good football player. He just had other issues that had nothing to do with football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have 2 6-round picks. So the first 6-round pick, I'm taking Foster Moreau. He's a tight end at LSU. Now, I like Selleck. Selleck's got to stay on that field. I don't think Selleck's injury prone at all. I think he just hurt his hand. And you're hurting your hand is come on. That's so silly. That's not going to last. You can't say he's injury prone just because you hurt your hand. That's just ridiculous. Now, that being said, Foster Moreau can come in and compete with Selleck, but also we need 3 tight ends. So if anything, he could move Selleck down the depth chart one spot. It's we were putting not Cole Hickettine, who's the other dude? Ross Dwelly out there for a little bit. We were putting him out there. So
until he dropped that touchdown pass, and we saw him very little after that.
Yeah. Jimmy's face after that, you could read those lips. That was funny.
You don't drop touchdowns. Oh,
he's wide open too, I think.
Well, he's standing there I guess it shocked him. He couldn't believe it. God.
Yeah. So, I think we need to bring in a tight end. I think that'd be a value pick at that spot because it said he's going to be available between rounds 4 and 6. So I think that'd be a good pick. I think he's an inch or 2 taller than Kittle maybe, and I think he's 2 seconds slower, but. He's one of the – I don't want to say one of the fastest tight ends in the draft, but he's probably top 5. So,
isn't Kittle 6'4"? So you know what? If he's a couple inches, what's his weight? Here's the kind of guy. Those are the kind of guys I want in the 50-50 balls. People are always saying, give me a wide receiver who can do the 50-50. No, I don't give me if I got a tight end out there, it's a 70-30 thing. I can win that one. If 50-50 means that the cornerback has an equal of opportunity to stop that. I don't want that. I want an advantage. Give me a big, heavy-handed, elbows kind of tight end that goes up and is physical and gets the ball. So,
Yeah. So, we bring up the wide receiver conversation. It's sure, you want a guy that can go up and get a 50-50 ball, but if you can't run routes, what are you doing? It's not going to work all the time. Yeah. You're not going to go up and catch every pass that someone lobs up to you.
Yeah.
So,
And
It's
as I said, that
unrealistic.
50-50 means the defender's got he's got an equal chance to beat you. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then this remember last offseason they're like, bring in Des Bryant, he can catch 50-50 ball. Okay, no character, he can't run routes anymore. He's slow now.
He
What are we
really is.
doing?
Yeah, poor
The people that wanted
Des.
Des Bryant, what are you thinking? Come on
Yeah,
now. But
Des.
all right, let's move on to my other 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
I picked cornerback Bryce Hall out of Virginia. Now, my corner and my safety that I picked, I made sure they were both about 6'2". So these guys are the right size for the scheme, so it isn't a far-fetched pick at all. So they're both. I think they're both 6'2". One of them may be 6'3" or 6'1", but I'm not quite sure. So these guys, Bryce Hall is a very good corner. He's just very underrated. I think this is a pretty decent corner class. So I think he kind of got lost in the shadows a little bit. You watch him; he's pretty good. I think he had like 4 picks or something like that. Maybe 60-something tackles. Maybe I think he had like 9 pass breakups or something like that. Could be wrong, but I watched his highlights. He's pretty good, and I think it'd be a value pick at that spot. So we need to get another corner. I'm not a fan of Ahkello Witherspoon. If he don't show me something this next year, I don't want him here. I want to trade him. I don't like him. I could like him, but I feel like he lets guys get past him too easily. But he just Beckham got by him, and then Eli Manning missed a touchdown. The very next play, they do the exact same thing, and then he didn't even respond to it. He just whined because he didn't get safety help. It's like, you run with the guy anyway. Like, oh, you're not supposed to burn yourself out. It's like, well, you know what? There was no safety coming. Pay attention. Kello.
Tanner, I can see right now you'd be an awesome coach. All right, Tanner. And now let's go over Tanner's picks again as Tanner's going to address the
Yep.
oh my God, the questions. Okay, anyway, first round pick, defensive end Nick Bosa, Ohio State. Second round pick, 36 wide receivers, Paris Campbell, that same the Ohio State. And third round pick, offensive tackle, Dalton Risner, Kansas State. Fourth round pick, safety, Deontay Thompson, Bama. And sixth round pick, tight end, Foster Moreau, LSU. And sixth round pick, cornerback, Bryce Hall, Virginia. Well, Tyler,
Yes, sir.
there you go, man. Not a bad draft. So I think some people question the fact that you're not going to get some of the players that you want in the places you say you're going to.
Yeah, I'm saying like some of them, like when I was researching, it said like rounds 4 to 6 or 2 to 3 or whatever it is. So
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
acting as if they were available. I'm not quite sure they will be, but it said 2 to 3, 4 to 6. So if they're in that range, I'm going to put them there. So
Okay, so that was the reasoning. Because I think that answers a lot of questions. But anyway, that is the main. Jordan Kelly starts off, but there's no way we get Thompson in the fourth round.
well, there's a lot of other really good safeties in front of him. So it's possible. Likely, absolutely not. But if he falls, he could fall. There are a lot of other really good safeties that are supposed to be picked ahead of him. So it's possible. I never said it was likely. But, I mean, there's tons of things in this world that we don't think are likely that happen. So, like, who would have thought the Rams would be in the Super Bowl? Two years ago, did we think the Rams were going to be in the Super Bowl? No. Tons of unexpected things could happen.
Tyler.
Like Reuben Foster fell from top 10 to 30th. So crazy things happen.
All right. Let me. Everybody. Daddy also believes it's unrealistic. Risner and Thompson alone are second round picks. Tyler, I do. Yeah. Go ahead.
Risner, there's like 5 other offensive tackles picked ahead of him. There's no way he's getting picked in the second round. There's like 5 other ones that are ranked ahead of him. So
actually, I
he's
hope
gonna
you're
fall.
right on that, because if that's true, I'm sure the 49ers will jump on that in a heartbeat. They'll have to.
Yeah. Like when I was researching, he was ranked like 6 or something. My phone keeps falling. He's ranked like 6 or something, so he could fall. That is realistic for him to fall to the third round because there's like 5 or 6 of them that are ranked ahead of him, and I don't think 5 or 6 of them are going to get picked in the first and second round. I think maybe 2 of them in the first round, maybe 3 in the second round, but that would leave one of the top ones available. So there's a ton of really good tackles in this draft. So we need to get somebody to replace. So my whole point was get somebody to replace Joe Staley. Now, he may or may not be available. I think he will be. But if he's not, there will be somebody else there. Because there's like 5 or 6 that are ranked ahead of him. So,
and also there's guys that they might not necessarily be tackles, but maybe they are, but they're also tackle guard. There's usually never any tackle centers. Where they have versatility, they can play both sides. There's a couple of guys like that, actually. And Travis Merlot says, who would you take if Thompson is gone? And because he doesn't see him getting past round 1 or 2.
Well, like I said, there's tons of really good safeties. So, like Shanahan Lynch always say, but I'm going position based kind of on this draft. So if there's whoever the top safety is left, whatever the best free safety that is left on the board, I'm picking him. As long as he fits the 4-3 scheme. So if he's 6'2", 6'1", 6 foot, whatever, I'll pick him. If he now I'm not going based on height. I'm going based on the best free safety available that fits my scheme. So whoever that might be, if Thompson's not there, then I'll pick him. Whatever the best free safety available at that point.
But you are going you are going free safety with that pick though. Tyler, is that your? Can you get that in? Is that you?
Yeah, I can't control that. I don't know, but I'll go with the best. I'll go with the best free safety available at that point. So,
by the way, I saw somebody here ask who wants to know the name of the safety out of Virginia. That's Juan Thornhill, right?
Yeah, he worked. He worked with Bryce Hall. So, bringing teammates. I mean, hey, I'm all for that. I mean, it boosts up the chemistry. So, I mean, bringing teammates and it also makes your team better. I mean, why not? So, I'm all for that.
All right. Travis also says, do you think if we move Timor back to safety, that he would work out? And if you watch his tape and pro day stats, it seems that way. You like Tavares Moore back at safety? Everybody wants to see that happen, but his further development at corner, I thought he wasn't doing a bad job for the amount of time he played cornerback last year. What do you think about that?
If you get to the NFL, I don't care who you are, you do not move a free safety to corner. It's too late. You have to develop one-on-one coverage skills in the NFL.
That's
now,
a good point.
Like some of these guys played corner in high school or something like that, but it's just too late at that point. You're playing free. You can move a corner to free safety because that's a lot different. You already know how to cover. But I don't think anybody should move a free safety to corner. I think that's a bad idea. So I'm all for him going back, but I hope Jason Verrett works out. I hope he can stay healthy. He's trying to get Matt Breida's number. So if he actually gets that number, he better prove to me that he deserves it because Breida was looking pretty good when he was healthy last year. So
yeah, I don't know why Verrett has to come in. I mean, a lot of these guys, it's a superstitious thing, and maybe Tutu is what gave him his best season. Did he played with Tutu before? I don't remember. I mean, I never paid any much attention to Verrett until he got to a team. So apparently
he wore 22. So I mean, quite honestly,
when he went to the Pro Bowl, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, dude, who are you to come in and ask somebody to change numbers when there's no guarantee you'll be here next year?
There it is. Or even this year, Verrett's history says he's not going to make it this year. He's going to come out for a few minutes, and then that's it. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Everybody's going to pray it doesn't happen because the guy can play that position. But, can he stay on the field, please?
Yeah, people get on my nerves. They talk about our corners. They say Richard Sherman isn't even good. It's like, dude, you got your head shoved so far up these stats, but you don't watch no film. So don't be looking at numbers are inflated. Numbers are deceptive. He's like, oh, well, if Richard Sherman was good, he would have got a pick last year. It's like so much more that goes into interceptions than you think. There's so much more that goes into turnovers than you think. Now, I think it was Cynthia Freeland on NFL Network. She said our turnover issues are going to change drastically if D Ford does what he did last year because D Ford alone had 10 turnovers.
Not only that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and not only that, when you figure if there's disruption going on up front, that is
Yep.
what makes potentially possible for your secondary to do what they do as far as turnovers go. So if your front is weak, it weakens the entire unit. Now, if you got a front seven
Yeah.
that's kicking butt, now everybody eats. So no big
Yeah.
deal there. It's just ABC. Uh, Also, Big Show. Ah, there he is! Big Show! Safety out of Virginia is Omar Chowdhury?
Oh wow, Big Show's not running his mouth.
No, wait, of course he is. Who's Omar Chowdhury?
So, some safety out of Virginia.
is he a strong safety show or is he a okay.
He's,
Go ahead. I'm gonna look for Omar as I'm already at number 9, 10, no Omar. 11, no Omar. 12, 13.
that's why he's a 7th-round pick.
Well, Show found another diamond in the rough. Show, that's not the famous safety
Hey,
out of Virginia. I don't know who
I'm not
Omar is, but
trusting-
Julian is the guy out of Southern. I don't know about this guy, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not trusting Big Show with my draft. So, like, if you put a draft in Big Show's hands, we'll be picking Rashawn Gary at 2, and then we'll be getting in the second round and trading up, and then picking some freaking guard or something when we don't even need one. But
All right, listen. Show, he's not listed in the top 28. Okay, well I'll see what I can find out about him. Show actually picked out a guy last year. I mean, I didn't know anything about Fred Warner. That's why I can't question it right now.
Yeah.
I got to find out who this is. Hey, go ahead, Tyler.
so yeah, you got any more questions for me?
Well, Ron Jeremy says, why would we take Campbell? He's the same as Goodwin.
Well, oh well, you need that speed on that field, and Campbell has been. I think he's shown that he can stay healthy. So
Yeah, there's the bottom line right there. I mean, I'm a huge Marquise Goodwin fan. I come to his rescue. I argue people. I mean, I fight like an animal when I'm fighting for Goodwin. But you know what? Marquise had a lot of problems last year. First, he had a health issue, and then he had the home issue. I feel bad about the home issues and the health issues for as well. But there's always seemingly going to be something to keep Marquise off the field. So Campbell, he's like your backup speed, just in case something goes wrong. So
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Even like he can. I think Campbell. Honestly, I think he played slot, but you can put. I'm sure you can put him all over the field. So if something were to happen to Goodwin, we could just throw him out there, and then we change too much. So I forgot what his 40 time was. I think he ran a 4.3 or something like that. So
that's close. That's good enough. He ran 4.31, as I remember. You know what though? It's about taking the top off, and Campbell's speed has to be respected. So you go ahead and you get Campbell if you can get him. Especially
Kyle
like you
loves
said,
his
he's
speed.
Kyle's. Yeah, he's Kyle's kind of guy anyway. So
you remember there was a video. It was like they were doing like this thing for the fans. They were doing like a special coach. The coaches would like do a film review with the fans, and like Shanahan was like, I think something that we put more emphasis on than most people this year is that we need speed. So,
yeah.
So I mean, I think Paris Campbell would be a great pick for that. You can throw him in the. I think he is a slot receiver, so you can throw him in the slot and maybe rotate him and Trent. I think he's much better than Trent and Richie.
Yeah.
I would like what I saw from Richie towards the end of the year, but then again, it's like I want more out of you.
Remember, Trent is back, coming off a back surgery to play in the NFL. I give him. He's got a lot of guts. Even showing up last year. I figure Trent probably figures, I can't afford to not show up this year. I just got here. So they say he's pretty much 100% now. So we could see the return of Trent Taylor, the number one slant receiver in the league. And a lot of reasons why Child likes that kind of speed and quickness around his field. The faster guys are, the less they got to stand there and wait for guys to finish routes up. Shanahan's got everything figured out before it even happens. That's why he's got to have speed. You got to be able to run routes. That's why I even told George, Mister, I'm now the best of all time for 1 year. Learn how to run routes, George. Work on your route running. George is sitting there thinking, wait, Coach, I just had an incredible year. Because, and Kyle's, I would say, George, You had an incredible year because of me. I'm the guy who set things up. All I need for you
He
to
would
run
never
around.
say
It's
that.
okay, you know. He would never say that. But anybody who watches what's going on, when you got receivers running open all over the field like we do all the time when they do what they're told, you gotta know that's Kyle. The
And you
most
know what?
lethal weapon
I
on the field, Shanahan.
I will always believe. I don't care what anybody tells me. I will always believe that we would have made the playoffs last year if we had Garoppolo and McKinnon. Because you look at it, like we were playing. Like for example, we were playing Seattle. We were in Seattle, about 10 yards away from scoring a touchdown or whatever, 5 yards. I don't know. Mullins throws a pick. If you remember, he was throwing to Jeff Wilson over the middle. It was,
Yeah.
and then he was late on it. He was late on it. And then look, I like Nick. I think he's an okay backup. But Nick was late on the read. He missed the read too. You look at it. Trent Taylor ran a quick out route, wide open, left of the end zone. But Nick throws to the running back over the middle. He didn't even look Trent's way. Jimmy would have got the check. He would have looked over. He would have been like, easy money, touchdown.
Yeah, being able to process is something. That's why he's the franchise quarterback. By the way, Big Show has come back and clarified. Omar's a joke.
Yeah, Big Show.
Funny
You wanted
show.
to pick him, so all your picks are jokes.
Here I am searching for this guy, Omar Chowdhury. Hey, show, it's not April 1st. Cut it out. All right, let's get another question. Jeff Tan says, what are Tyler's sleeper picks that did not make it into his draft? Jeff, hey, Tyler, any other on your wish list that you wish you could have got involved in your draft?
When you say sleeper, like what? Like you mean like players that could be available whenever?
And then there's those too. Yeah, the sleeper pick that maybe you have researched and thought that he might be available, but he's going to fly under the radar kind of guy.
Yeah, I think. Well, round 2, I wrestled with Deebo Samuel. Also, I honestly do think he's underrated, considering he came out of South Carolina. And people are looking at him like a top receiver, but he's going in the second round. And I honestly think he's a first round talent. I think Metcalf should fall to the second round because I don't care how strong you are. You can't run routes. All you can do is run vertical. So you're not like him and Kyler Murray are just like, oh my God, you just know the guy is just something rubs me the wrong way about those guys.
Really? So are you not a Kyler Murray fan? I mean, do you think is he being overrated?
Dude, I'm like, listen, I'm like 5'7" right now, 5'6.5", 5'7".
Yeah.
And I have a high school offensive line, and okay, look, I don't play quarterback, but we were like messing around, and I was trying to like throw a pass behind them, and we're just playing like no pads, but we're doing offensive line versus D line,
just
like, messing around and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, and the D line's batting passes down on me. I'm 5'7". Now think about being 5'10", or 5'5". He's not 5'11". He's like 5'10". Think about being 5'10" behind an NFL O line. He's gonna be getting passes batted down. The rush is coming a lot faster. Those holds that you used to see in college, you're not gonna see as quickly.
Yeah.
And plus, being in Arizona with a bad offensive line, look, all their starters on O line got hurt last year, but that doesn't matter right now because they could probably get hurt again. And I don't even think their starters were that good. But
see that's a good point, Tyler. But the thing is, Murray's went all through college kicking butt at that height. So I don't know if his height's going to be a real problem. His adjusting to the NFL, because you got a higher level of talent coming at him, will be an adjustment period for him to get through and see how he does with that. Because if you watch the film on, he seems to be Russell Wilson light. You know how Wilson can find those openings and those lanes to throw in all the time? And he's got that pretty deep ball, which I hate to say. God, I can't believe I'm talking good about Russell Wilson, but I've learned to respect him in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Sometimes little guys got a chip on their shoulder, and they'll do bigger things than some of the bigger guys because they're tired of hearing about their height, right? I think Kyler Murray might be that kind of guy. And if you make the mistake and you bite, if you jig, zag, or anything the wrong way, his quickness is beyond that of Wilson. he will leave you in the dust. And this is why, as much as I want Bosa, I don't really want the Cardinals to get Kyler Murray. This could be a problem, not this year coming up, but in the years ahead. After he adjusts to the NFL, he is probably going to be an issue. But,
He's not scaring me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick him. I would not pick him in the first round. Second round, maybe. Third round, probably. First round, absolutely not. I'm not risking my first round pick on that. Now,
you might be right.
Is like that height. Like, people were concerned about Baker Mayfield's height. The dude is 6'1". Like, I would not be concerned about that. But
he's still small, though.
Even Baker looks small out there. Now you got Kyler Murray, who's about 3 inches shorter than Baker. That's scary. That's dangerous. I would not waste the. I won't say waste because you don't ever know how a guy could turn out. But I would not spend.
Kingsbury had
my
them both.
First overall pick on him.
This is the thing. Kingsbury had them both, and you could expect probably something similar from Kyler Murray, especially now that he's with Kingsbury. Let's get to the next question, Tyler. Coach Tim, why pick safety in fourth when he likely won't be available, gone already? Why not pick a scheme fit at cornerback like Michael Jackson or Miami?
Deontay Thompson does fit the scheme. He's like 6'2". He's like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
So.
He
came out of a 3-4. So, I kind of understand where he's coming from, though.
Yeah.
But his Alabama plays a 3-4. There's no secret about that. Yeah. But he would fit our scheme. So, when it said where he's going to be picked, I think it said rounds 2 to 3. Or no, I think it said rounds 2 to 4 or something like that, 3 or 4. So he could be available. He may not be. But I went based on what it told me. It said round 3 to 4. So he could last to the fourth. I don't think he will. He'll probably go third. But there's a lot of good safeties ahead of him as well. So if he falls to the fourth, I'm picking him. Yeah, if he doesn't, I'll take another safety.
What is your mic bumping up against?
I had one of the earbuds up. So if he's available there, I'll pick him. Like my thing said, my phone keeps slipping.
Yeah, Tyler,
he kept saying,
see if you can secure that. Is there anything handy there you can secure that? So
I'll just hold it now. So, if he's available, I'll pick him. He probably won't be, but if he slips, it said rounds 3 to 4, so he could slip. There's a ton of good safeties ahead of him. So, if he's there, I'll pick him. If he's not, I'll take another safety.
Also, Coach says he likes your first 3 picks pretty good, and he thinks they'll all be there. But after that, it gets a little shaky. You knew this was coming, Tyler.
Because all those picks said like a range of rounds they could be in.
Yeah.
So, basically, if they're not there, I'll pick the best player at that position available. But also mindful that they fit our scheme. So, I'd look at your weight, your height, what scheme you played in college. Deontay Thompson played in a 3-4. There's no secret about that. But he's 6'2", and we could fit him into our scheme. Yeah. It's kind of like Josh Allen. Like, you can fit him into our scheme. It's just that he played in a 3-4 in college, and he's going to have to get used to it. So, if we were to pick Josh Allen, we could fit him into our scheme. We just have to probably make him a pure edge rusher or a pure linebacker. We don't know what we'd have to make him. So, we'd have to make a decision there.
Yeah, with Allen, you know what? I'd get rid of Malcolm Smith. I'd actually, you know what? If you put
him at linebacker, you get rid of Malcolm Smith.
It'll be such a joy because there's no, as I say, you can't lose. Okay, you guys gonna take Josh Allen? Yes, Malcolm Smith. You will not be over there playing the part of the weakest link. I'd be delighted. Hey, with that said. Now, if they don't get Allen, there's no way you're not going to get Allen unless you're picking in the top 4. Do you go ahead and you get Montez Sweat because he might be capable at the Sam as well?
Get him at what pick? Like number 2, or trade back?
Oh, you'd have to take him in the second round. There's going to be some. Okay, there's going to be some OLBs probably available in the third round because the DEs are going in the first 2 rounds. My guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like a second round, I like our receivers. There's some guys I think we could upgrade from. Yeah. I think we could get – now, look, Kendrick was good in the red zone, so we got to use him that way. We can't be putting him all over the field. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
So, Kendrick should be a red zone receiver. He's good in tight spaces like that. So, you get Kendrick in the red zone. And then I think Campbell will be a big upgrade at that position. So, I mean, in the second round, you could go linebacker, you can go receiver, but I want Campbell or Deebo Samuel, one of those guys. Deebo Samuel breaks people, though. He will absolutely just break your ankles. So
how fast is Deebo, though? I just realized something.
He ran like a 4.3, something like that.
Oh, so, was he below 4.4?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
Okay, because you know
like
what?
4.3.
It is essential that Kyle Shanahan have his one speed merchant. Goodwin's going to be there for specialty. From what I understand, they're not getting rid of Goodwin. They're going to use him probably on third down situations, something like that, maybe even first down, in order to just really spread the secondary out. So you do still need a speed merchant. You got to have Kyle's system. It insists. Now you've already got two guys, Tevin Coleman, and as well, you can also. There's so many options I can see Shanahan doing. You've got McKinnon who can also ruin the secondary and cause mismatch. Those guys are going to be lined up on the field a lot at the same time. I can already see that coming now. So with Brady in the back, it's so interesting. You come up with so many scenarios that they could do to just screw a defense really up badly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
speed is
year.
essential, though. So
our team is going to be so much better. It's not even like, I mean, look, I want to just say right now that we'll make the playoffs, but I don't know. Like we could get
injuries.
Crazy things could happen where we can get injured, and then it's like
injuries.
And people say, "Oh, you need to get more depth." It's like we have depth. It's just didn't work out.
When you talk about
starters
depth,
are just so much better.
Well, the thing is, you talk about depth. We got down to practice squad running backs. We had to go to the practice squad. That's why when people say, we don't need 4 running backs. Yeah, you do. We lost how many running backs last year? So you keep every last one of them. They're all talented. They all know Kyle's scheme. Let's keep them because they're going to end up. And then week 15, we're down to 1. Oh, so I'm scared. This happens to us all the time.
We literally got down to a 5th running back. Think about it. Week 17, all we had left was, I think,
Jeff
Wilson and Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris played week 17.
Didn't he get carried off too? I think he didn't make it to the rest of to the end of the season either.
I don't think he got. I don't think he broke anything. But I'm just glad
he wasn't able to play. He pulled up a calf muscle or something happened to him. At any rate.
No offense to Alfred Morris. I'm glad he's not coming back. He's too slow for me. I need more speed out there. So,
Alex Gilliam says, "What's your opinion on Hakeem Butler about taking him with a second round?"
He's a receiver, right?
Yeah, Hakeem. He's the big 6'6" guy.
What team?
Okay, you haven't checked out Hakeem. Okay, put it this way: for some reason, experts, let me put quotes on that, believe that Hakeem Butler will be available from round 3 to round 6. Now,
I'm pretty sure I watched him. I'm just not sure. What school do you go to again?
Oh, where is it? Is it? Oh, Jesus, I can't remember either. Anyway, where's Hakeem from? Anyway, Butler's said to have bad hands. I think that's a knock on him because he's physical. He knows how to abuse defenders and use his length and height. But they say he's working. I mean, he's busting butt. I don't think they use jugs machines very much in college level, but they should. He's working hard on that. He's even said so. He's from Iowa State is where he's from.
Oh, I think I watched him.
Yeah, everybody. He's the biggest kid on the field. You can't miss him. He's working on that pretty hard, though, from what I understand. So he could surprise people in the NFL next year by not doing that. All right. Vincent John says DeAndre Baker is there. If DeAndre Baker is there, our round 2 pick, are you going to grab the best cornerback supposedly in the college ranks this year?
You said in round 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The best corner is available. In the round 2, you pick him. Usually they get taken in the first round. So if he's there in the second round, I'm not hesitating. I'm taking that corner. And then I'm trading to Keller Witherspoon. So Goodbye, Akello.
Hey, what do you expect? What are you going to get for Akello Witherspoon in a trade?
Maybe.
See, a fifth?
I could see that.
That's cold. That's
I can see a
nearly,
fifth.
yeah. You know.
He has shown me no reason yet to believe in him.
Well, Tyler, did you see any improvement in Akello Witherspoon toward the end of the season? Before he got hurt? Tyler? Did he fall offline? Tyler?
Oh, you got me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it said that I was muted. Okay. Yeah, if the best corner's there, you pick him. So in the second round especially, most of those guys get taken in the first round. So I would definitely take him if he's there. So.
There you go. All right. So that answers that question. Let me see what we got next here. Elazar Garza, why not Amani Hooker from Iowa? That guy's a pick machine.
What round?
Elazar doesn't say which round though.
Okay. It really depends on the round. If you're talking the fourth round, if Deontay's not there, I would probably pick him. Honestly.
No, he's sorry, Amani Hooker. It's Amani Hooker.
Yeah, he's a safety. I think he's Malik Hooker's brother. I think. So.
Is that right? Oh.
I think he is. I'm not quite sure, but
I worry about these guys that are related.
I'm pretty sure he's a safety.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Because
if he's there and Deontay isn't, I'd probably pick him.
All right, because Riley Ridley, I keep trying to watch Riley and I keep trying to see what people see in him. I don't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Yeah, Riley is okay, but he's all right. I think he could be contained. He runs pretty good routes.
That kind of reminds me, like, obviously much different position, but it reminds me of Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones is a quarterback out of Duke. That dude, like, he's just boring on film. Here's the thing.
Right? That's what I'm saying about Riley. Yeah.
Here's the thing. He always makes the right decision. Daniel Jones, honestly, he was coached by the same coach that Peyton Manning had in college, I believe.
Yeah.
And he also, I don't want to talk about quarterbacks. He's just a mock draft for us. But people say he's boring on film, but he's always making the right decision, checking down, making really good decisions. He's not a turnover machine. And when he would throw it deep, he had some of the worst receivers in college football. So Daniel Jones, when he throws a deep ball, it would always be a good pass, but the receiver just dropped it. So I think he should honestly be considered as a top quarterback because he's making good decisions and his receivers are dropping a ton of passes. So I just want to say that. But
I'm pretty sure scouts are probably seeing. Manny Jimenez says, would you draft a long snapper like the Steelers did? Oh, but we already got a long snapper though, Manny. They just signed him.
We don't need a long snapper.
Yeah.
We need one for probably the first 10 games, something like that, whatever it is.
Yeah, but you know what?
For 8 games.
Draft a kid. I feel bad about drafting a kid like that. Yeah,
I'm not going to draft one.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like that kicker we got.
I need a position that actually impacts the game. Really, obviously, if you screw up a long snap, then that could impact the game. But I'm going to go with more important positions right now. So, not drafting a long snap.
Because we only got 6 picks. Yeah. Travis Milan says, "Do you think about Andy Isabella instead of Paris Campbell?" Ooh, there's a good question.
No, not in the second round. I could get Andy Isabella in the 3rd or 4th round.
You think? You think so?
I think so.
Tanner, I got a feeling Isabella goes 2nd round.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think we'll keep an eye on that during the draft. Isabella's.
What school did he go to again?
He's like the human cartoon, man. The guy moves at speeds that don't make any sense and quickness.
I like him.
You see guys are falling naked out of their clothes trying to keep up with him on routes. Isabella, what school does he go to?
I think he went to too small of a school to pick in the 2nd round. I think that's just too risky.
Yeah, that's you got to pay attention to the competition he went to.
So I would go with 3rd or 4th round for him. So like if one of the players that we weren't expecting to fall in the second round, we pick him, and then we can get Andy Isabella in the third round, I'd be happy.
Yeah, Andy went to Massachusetts, so
Yeah.
he's got that size you hate. He's at 5'8". Runs a 4.31. His cone drill 6.95.
Man.
You know, your average fast guys do a 7 something. Isabella busted.
Man.
All right, you know what? That's fine. Cynthia wants
That
to know.
just shows his quickness.
Well,
He
see,
just
that's
rips
what.
out of those routes.
See, that's what works, though, for Kyle. He likes guys who can go in and out of routes. He wants, because Kyle's whole thing is anticipation. When Jimmy G looks up, he's going to throw that ball to a spot. That lightning quick receiver is going to, like, jock. This is why it's going to work so well with Dante Pettis. Pettis is going to be doing his dance out there, and the dude's going to be confused. And all of a sudden, Jimmy's going to fly that ball right into a certain spot. Pettis is going to do his thing. Boom! He's going to jump over there, and you're going to see that mad separation you always see, where the receivers, Pettis is going one way, and the defender's going the other way, and it's gaining in width, and he does it all the time. I say, wait a minute, I thought the first two guys were just bad coverage guys. How come this is happening on everybody that tries to stay with Dante? That's Dante. So if he stays healthy this year, we may have a premier receiver.
Dante's definitely a freak. So,
Hey, how do you feel about N'Keal Harry, though?
I think he's pretty good. I mean, it really depends on the round he's available. That if I'd pick him, so
Because you're not going to be able to get N'Keal after the second round. And his name is Reedy today. He says, I'm in Philly watching you on my screen until my phone is cracked.
man, I think it's pouring rain outside right now. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, how is the weather in Philly? You're a little far from Philly, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm in Illinois, man.
Yeah. Sheik the freak says, show us the Osweiler jersey and trash it. And no more
I got that
bias.
whole thing as a joke. I got it as a joke.
Tyler, he's getting real sensitive about that. Well, I beg him every year to stop buying. He's got a Jimmy G jersey, and it worries me.
Guess what? I wear it proudly.
Tyler, we lost him last year. That was kind of scary. And, of course, we did.
Ronbo, think about it this way. You bought a Jimmy G jersey, too. So it could be you.
You got me there.
And plus, you and what's his name? Kenny. You and Kenny keep saying, what's it called? 13-3 because we got Jimmy G.
Yeah.
No, that cursed him. You guys got to stop that. You got to stop that.
And was that Naval Bowman? I had his jersey.
Yeah.
Who else went down that I own their jersey?
Didn't you have like an Alden Smith jersey or something like that? Reuben Foster?
Yeah. Oh my God! Maybe it is me. Oh!
I knew it wasn't me.
Wait a minute. Up to 90%, and Tyler, you may be in the clear as well. About 80 to 90% of Niner fans own Foster's jersey as well as Jimmy G. Jimmy G was like number one. But you, Tyler, you specifically are key.
How's that?
I don't know. We're going to find out, though, Tyler. And when we do, we're going to send troopers with boots and rifles to confiscate that jersey.
Nah, I got 2 Jimmy G jerseys.
Oh, look at that.
Although like, I don't think...
He's got a spare because he knows.
Both of them... Here's the thing. I got them both in the wrong size. So I need to buy like a bigger one. So I'm going to get another one.
Yeah. Okay.
What color should I get? Should I get the color rush?
Don't ask me this question. I'm not going to help this, Tyler. I wish you'd buy a Russell Wilson or who else can I not? Buy a Jared Goff jersey. Tyler, I've asked you to do it as an experiment.
Goff's already going to be cursed because we're just going to all out blitz him and he's going to fall down.
Well, the thing is, what I'd like to see you do, though, just for an experiment, maybe we can help fund this. We'll get you the Goff.
No.
And the Russell
I don't
jersey.
need that.
Listen, you don't have to wear them in public.
I'm not going to poison myself with that.
Yeah. Tyler, you could be our secret weapon if you put those jerseys on and just go to bed. Don't let anybody see you.
I never cursed anybody.
Well, you could start now. It's okay.
I mean, I had an Eric Reed jersey. He's still playing in the NFL. He's still in the league.
It took him how long to get back in? Did you own a Kaepernick jersey too?
Yeah, I had 2 of them.
See, you're ruining careers, Tyler. That's okay.
That was his fault.
And the thing is, though, I have a feeling you are direct link to it too. All right, Tyler, let me tell you. Hey, vote for our GM. If you go to the Ronbo Sports app, you'll see the poll there. Tyler is the guy of the day. Oh, say it again.
Running in 20. So vote for me then too.
So therefore, vote for Tyler. If he's your guy, could he take us to the next level? Then saying yes, of course.
I guarantee you, I would walk into the NFL today as a GM and do better than over half the GMs in the league. And also, I also said this. When I turn 18 in 2 years, the CBA will expire in 2021. Yeah. So I'm gonna figure out how to get a meeting with the NFL owners, and I'm gonna do like 100 slide presentation why they should let me be the commissioner. I'm gonna run this league, change these rules back. I don't care how many lawsuits I get. I'm making this a man's sport again. You know the risks you take when you play it. We're gonna have a man's league. You know what? And we're not gonna have these pansy rules. So we're gonna get in. We're gonna play football, and we're gonna be able to hit. And you know what? We're going to be able to hit again, and we're going to be able to lead with our head. But as long as we don't hit helmet to helmet, we're good. Simple rules. We're going back to the 80s rules. Back to the 80s. And I don't care how many lawsuits I get. I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to have $40 million a year being the commissioner of the NFL. So.
The last thing I'm going to do is rain on your parade and hopes, Tyler. I'm going to wish you good luck on this. All right?
Yeah. And you know what?
There you go.
Roger, apparently, you know the NFL is not rigged because Roger Goodell grew up a Redskins fan. That's how you know it's not rigged. Goodell grew up a Redskins fan.
I got no.
The Redskins are not good.
Yeah, Goodell gets a lot of heat. That job just draws a lot of heat, though, Tyler. You know that. When you got 32 owners.
I don't care. If I have all that money and I get to announce the draft picks, I don't care.
You're looking at it very superficially, Tyler. You're going to get yourself into trouble doing that. Job is pain in the neck. You're going to be up all night.
I want. I'll buy whatever I want.
Walking out on your front.
It's like the most fun thing in the world.
No. I'm telling you, Tyler, you're going to be walking around on your front lawn in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, pacing back and forth, talking to yourself with your neighbors looking out the window saying, he's at it again. All right, just tell the police to keep an eye on this guy.
Ronbo, I'll come. Yeah. Whenever I become the commissioner, I get my $40 million a year. I'm coming out to pick you up, and we're watching 49ers games on the sideline.
All right. You got it. I'll vote for you now. Calculus 315 says $48 million is how much they should pay Fred Warner per year. $48 million?
What? You want to waste all our cap space and send somebody that's played 1 year?
That's better than any quarterback in NFL history. And you know what? That cap for a quarterback's not going to be it. Russell Wilson's talking about max money. Oh, wait. They say in 2 years, if Russell Wilson goes. No, but the thing is, because you got to take him 15. This is like in 2 years, if Russell Wilson goes 1 year at a time on the franchise tag type of thing, do you know in 2 years he could get 50? His tag would run up. He'd have $52 million. The Seahawks would have to pay him per year. Well, that's already been prorated to that's what it would be. In 2 years, he could be $52 million a year. Woo!
Doesn't he get paid like the top 5% of what quarterbacks get paid? He would get like think about it, Jimmy G makes like what, $28 million a year, $30 million.
He's getting chump change now. Yeah. Well, he will be in 2 years. But you know what? His contract expires. If Jimmy G does what we think he might do in the next year, he's going to be the $50 million man per season. Tyler, I'm getting the edge. We got to move on. So Tyler, listen, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna call in after. So
yeah, we'll be right back in just a little bit. All right, fam, hit that like, please. Don't forget that like. All right, we're gonna be back with the Sunday Huddle in just a little bit. Tyler, are you ready? It's time for the scream. On 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Niners! My favorite part of the program.